Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. In the last video, I kind of alluded to a big change coming on the truck. We'd ran the rooftop tent for 4 years now in the old truck and in the new Ford, and it worked great for the two of us, but it just wasn't quite enough space for being, we couldn't be indoors was the main thing. We needed to be somewhere dry, have the option to cook inside, bring our gear in, bring our mountain bikes in, bring a dirt bike in, just have more opportunities available in a camper. But we also didn't want to have a giant camper that sits in your bed and you're confined to a certain floor plan on it. With all that being said, 2 years of research and reading a million forums and Facebook pages, this finally in the truck bed is the Thun M1. A couple things that stood out to us on Thun was the fit and finish. It's the most factory looking camper I've ever seen, and we can back that up. We spent 5 nights in it now, and every single place we go, there's people asking about it, want to see the interior, they want to see how it works, they want to know who made it. The thing just looks clean. So first and foremost, aesthetics, it kind of kicks ass on that. The other thing is the style. It sits on the bed rails. It does not sit in the box. So you have your whole entire box available to kind of DIY the interior. And this is an 8-foot long box, so we have a ton of space in there. We'll walk over here. I'm going to show you a few of the features that we absolutely love that stood out to us going through the purchase process and deciding on this camper. So this side, driver's side, is all glass windows. These are massive. I don't know the measurements on them, but they're all of 3 feet by probably 24 inches, 2 in a row. Everything's on these quick little release latches, and we can open it up and have air flowing in, take in the view, and just enjoy the outdoors. If we come to the other side really quick, on the passenger side, we did the solid aluminum. They still open just like the other side with the glass. Our thought process on that is eventually we're gonna kind of put a little kitchen space in here, and the countertop height will come up halfway and block the view anyways. So we might as well leave this as solid aluminum and let that side be our bench seating area and enjoy the view. These are all interchangeable. They're just bolted on these gas struts right here, and it's the same size as the other side. So if eventually we want to put a window on this side and maybe a solid aluminum faceplate on that side, we can just switch them up at any time. The neat thing with Thun is they offer a full accessories page on their website. So if you wanted to eventually order glass and switch this out and you're not happy with the aluminum, you can buy that at any point and they'll ship it right to you. So that's a really handy feature. Moving to the back, we have, it's dirty, we're using it. We're just kind of getting a feel for everything. We've been, like I said, on the road for 5 days. We just picked it up. But we have the solid glass back window, which opens just like the sides. So when everything's open, you have full just cross ventilation galore. You can really enjoy the outdoors and take in your view. They also offer a barn door. So the way that this opens, they have a barn door option that would just split down the center and open this way, which after research is kind of personal preference. I understand some people like it because when you get into it, you don't have to duck as much and worry about this. But I went with this setup because with the tailgate open, then we kind of have, you know, some cover from the rain, just added shade, and I just feel like we would have utilized this setup more than the barn doors. But like I said with the side doors here, is if you want to change it, Thun offers an accessory and you can bolt them on and put the barn doors on at any given time. Before we hop in and pop this up, one of the standout features to us and going down the road, honestly, it's probably one of the things that gets the most comments, is the width. Thun did 6-inch bump out on either side of this. So up top here, when we pop this up, you can sleep east and west or north and south. The nice part is when it comes to the DIY side is you can let your cabinets extend out, your working space, your countertop space, extend out into this bump out and keep as much floor space open as possible. On that note, if you come over here, this whole entire thing is lined with T-track everywhere you see. All across the bottom here, the sides, the top edge, the whole interior. I think in the long boxes, I want to say there's over 600 feet of T-track. So the level of customizing you can do and put attachments on it, if you want to put an awning, a shower, whatever it may be. I've seen so many things digging through some Facebook pages. It's just a blank slate to DIY it yourself and really fine tune it for you as a user. One thing we're already noticing right off the bat, like we've been in it 5 nights, is we need to put a handle right here. Tune hooked us up with 2 handles. They're in the interior to get up into the bed, but I think we might move one here just to hop in and out of the truck easier. The nice thing is nothing's permanent. You can move this handle, you can switch it to that side, you can fine tune it for how you get in and out of the truck. You can mount propane tanks up here. Guys will put Truma heaters in here, diesel heaters, whatever. It's just endless possibilities for customization. As we hop in, big bonus on the Fords is having this tailgate step. It's kind of just a match made in heaven for this type of setup. And I really knocked on it thinking this is an old man feature when I got this truck, but this handle for being in and out of here and camping out of this, it's pretty dang nice. I'm also getting older, so maybe that's why I'm enjoying it more. All right, we're gonna open it up. I always close this as we undo 2 latches. That's all it is 2 latches in the back, 2 in the front. The reason for closing the glass is this will hit the window if you open it. So all you gotta do is put it there. It's got tension on it. Set it, forget it. Let it stay there as many nights as you're camping. Same thing on the other side. Release, up, set it, forget it. And open it back up and we're free and clear. And then off to the front and we'll release the 2 front latches. 2 front latches, same deal. Super easy. Open your door up, step on your running board, release, off to the other side. Okay, now we are free. Tune recommended that you give a little push with the palm on the strut here and one on the corner, and it'll just pop up. These are all gas struts. I believe these are 80 pounds. Guys will put a handle up here too. It's a nice thing. There's T-track running right here, so I might add a handle in the future. But it's extremely simple to pop up. It takes almost 0 effort. Front's up. Hopping into the back here. All you gotta do is put a hand on this crossbar right here. A little light on the ceiling. Give it a push. We are up. Once we pop it up, we have 2 of these bungee cords going straight across. All these are doing is tensioning the canvas during the bringing it back down process, if that's the way you would word that. Pulls everything in from keeping it getting pinched. All it is on a hook here. There's a little slit in this. This is actually insulation packet. We put this up the other night. Behind it is just your normal exterior canvas, all seam taped and weather sealed. But yeah, we threw this insulation packet up. Tune makes this. You can still access all your windows behind it. And we noticed a massive difference in not only cold nights, but during the warm temperatures of the day. This helped keep heat out. So that is just a win-win across the board. Moving to the front to finish latching the top. There's this bar right here. And all you do is give it a push. You'll hear a click. It's locked. And then, Hannah, if you could reach up here, because I can't at the moment. There's a Velcro hoop up here to just hold the arm up and out of the way. I'm not going to take this bungee out. There's another bungee right here for sake of the video, but doing the same thing, pulling the canvas in for when collapsing it back down. The back, just give this bar a press, locked into place. For a little added safety measure, there's these little 1/4 turn pins right here that just lock down, and that keeps this arm from folding back down if it's really windy out or the weather's kind of getting crazy in the evening. It's just also a good piece of insurance to have them locked in place. Now they're all popped up, let's talk about the space in here. I'm 5'10". This is, I think, 6'10" to the ceiling. Tons of space, super wide, super tall. This is a long box, so it's a kind of a, I keep calling it the Tunj Mahal. I don't know how to spell it, otherwise I'd maybe label the thumbnail that, but it's a little funny joke, I think. Ton of space in here, and like I mentioned outside, this T-track just extends everywhere. This is all T-track, here, There's some up on the top edge. There's some on the crossbars. Possibilities are endless for storage and customizing. Right off the bat, I mean, we just did this really quickly just to have something in here on this road trip. Boom, I just put a little table in, mounted these brackets into the T-track, and we've been putting our stuff there at night when we're going to bed. Just something to get stuff off the floor in the meantime. But this was a 5-minute job thanks to having all this T-track everywhere. The bed is kind of the star of the show. This is a king size bed. Like I mentioned earlier, you can sleep east and west or north and south thanks to these bump outs. It has an extension in it right now. This extension pops up and slides under to go to a queen. So we could gain about 2 feet of extra bed space here with head clearance, which as we configure this interior and continue this build out, most likely we will drive with it in queen mode just to utilize and maximize the most bed space here. But for this trip, we've been really soaking up the king bed and leaving it made. That's the big thing. We can leave the bed made, drop the top down, and there's enough clearance. There's 7 inches of clearance between here and the roof when it is closed back down. So all of our bedding can stay up there. We went back and forth. I've just been a reading machine for 2 years on this, and everybody said, bite the bullet, spend the extra money, and get the Hest mattress. We got it. It's in here. It's 4 inches thick, has a queen extension on it, which buckles together. So if we do sleep in queen mode, we can remove this, which is the same width as this extension. So in the future here, we can use that as a couch space, drop it down if we build a cabinet down here. But this bed was worth every penny. This morning specifically, we were trying to get up early and hit the road and start working our way home, but we were in a coma on this thing. It is worth every penny. You do not bottom out. It feels like we're sleeping at home. We've done the camping thing with the little crappy foam mattresses with an air mattress under it, rooftop tent, and just, you know, you've slept okay. You're camping, you kind of expect to just get an okay sleep. With this, it's like we're in our bedroom at home, sleeping like babies. So worth every penny if you're looking at going with this configuration. Okay, a couple of options that we opted for. Options. Actually, here's an option that just comes spec no matter what trim level you get or how you customize the tune. They all come with these 360 lights. You can't even see them, which is great. This little matte white cover right here runs all the way around the trim and the interior, and these are on a dimmer right here. And at night, it is the perfect ambient light. You can crank it up to a pretty good output and make it damn near daylight in here. But we noticed just in the evening, having them barely on, it's just kind of cozy, enough to see around the bed and get situated before going to bed or cooking. But yeah, they wire all that up for you. Everything is on a dial, tucked out of the way, clean, finished product, ready to go. But in order for that to be ready to go, you have to have some sort of onboard power. I have, like I said, we just got this a few days ago, have not been home, drove down with what we needed to get by for the week in the bed and threw it in here. So I got a mess of wires going on here, but I have a Blue Eddy 1800 watt up here. We opted for, up in the front, you can see this dark spot on the ceiling. That's a 265 watt solar panel. You can mount it wherever you want. Tune asks, do you want to mount it in the back? Do you want to mount it in the front? And because we did the semi-transparent ceiling, we opted to have it in the front. It just kind of a little extra shade in the morning hours. Nothing crazy, but keeps you out of direct sunlight if you're sleeping in. But that powers this Blue Eddy here, and we've been on the road moving, and every single day this is charged up to 100% while powering our Dometic 55, GX55 cooler. So right now with this current setup, everything has worked really, really well for the amount of power draw we're using. I might upgrade to a larger Blue Eddy in the future, to be determined, but outside of this, the lights, and then of course, I haven't mentioned yet, the fan, we've been able to power everything just fine. With that, that is an option. Did the single fan up top here, buttons are right here, on, off. You can switch it to in or out, so you can exhaust air out if you want to get hot air out of the camper, or if you want to bring cool air in, you can just flip of a button, switch the fan blade, it'll come to a complete stop and start spinning the other way and suck in cool air. This has been really, really cool. The other day we were cooking some food in here and it got stinky, and I opened this up, and within 30 seconds to a minute, it smelled great in here and exhausted everything out. It's also really nice if you live somewhere with high humidity. We're in the inland Northwest, so we still kind of get that intercoastal weather during the spring and fall with a lot of moisture. So having this will help keep any condensation outside of the camper. And it uses almost nothing. I cranked it all the way up, and I think it was pulling 9 watts. And I had it just on the lowest setting. It barely even registered a watt. So well worth it. It's not a huge battery draw, and it's just a good peace of mind to help keep things cleaner in here, fresher air, and keep moisture out of the camper. I know I've mentioned it a bunch, but the amount of space in this being a long box. I've seen them in 6.5 foots. I've seen them in 5.5 foot trucks. They all look massive, but being in this 8 foot box, we have so much space. I have 2 full-size mountain bikes in here right now, and we still have walking space, standing room. We have totes. We have a 55-liter cooler in there, our massive gear bag, and we still have a full aisle to walk down. And this is with, at the moment, 0 organization. We have no cabinets built out in here, so we're unfortunately having to bring these massive things just to store our items for the week. But as we really refine this, we're going to be able to bring less items. We'll bring the same amount of items, but more efficiently. And in the meantime, this has not really even been slightly a nuisance for the type of activities you want to do: biking, hiking. I got tools. I got everything we need in here. I got 7 gallons of water. And still plenty of floor space. Another add-on that I did, it was cheap and I figured it would come in handy, was shore power. It's right here. Tune pre-wires it all. It's all sealed up, has this nice clip out of the way. On the exterior right here, if you can see that guy, there's a weather sealed cap right here. And there's your plug-in for shore power. So if you're at home and you want to top all your batteries off and not drag your power bank out, you want to run a cooler, maybe you're leaving the next day and you don't want to use your power banks and keep the battery fully charged, you could just plug the shore power into your garage or on the road, find a campground if you're not doing dispersed campground. Shore power seemed like a no-brainer to have for the very, very minor additional cost. We're going to close everything up just as easy as opening it up. All the windows, gas struts, click, click. Super simple, super smooth operating. The release process is pretty much the same as popping it up, just in reverse. Remove the Velcro. Make sure you release those little 1/4 turn locks in the front, and then give this a yank. Leave it loose. All we do is leave it loose. We're not pulling on it completely yet, because we're going to swing around to this side, and then we're going to just lightly release the back. So now it's just kind of sitting in between the gas struts and the weight of the roof from letting it come down. We move to the front first and we start pulling that bar in while pushing on this top cross member here. The whole entire thing will kind of go down, but then forward a little bit and set into the outside track. And then we'll just come to the back here and pull the back down, and everything will lower down, latch it up, and hit the road. I've learned in the 5 days of doing this now that I leave this back bungee off until I get the front down, just so I can stand here and I'm not caught in the way of it. And it's not affecting how it pulls in yet, because only the front half is lowering, so it's only pulling in the front half canvas. So once the front is down, I'll come here, hook up the bungee, lower the back, it'll pull everything in and keep it all snug and secure. So grabbing right here and push, I can feel it go forward right there. Boom, we're down, front's down, come to the back, pull on the bar right here. Easy as that. So that's the rundown on the new rig. It's ready to hit the road, ready for some more customization, ready for us to get home actually and clean it out and start figuring out our interior. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you got any more questions about the tune or want to check them out, check out tuneoutdoors.com or leave a comment. I can try and answer it to the best of my ability. I learned a lot while I was down there. The team is incredibly helpful. Their customer service is through the roof. Yeah, super fired up on this thing. This has been a dream come true. This is what I pictured this truck looking like when I picked it up a year ago, and now it's finally in that state and ready for whatever the road brings us. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.